Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Sioux Falls police are asking people to come forward with information about a deadly hit-and-run crash over the weekend. Investigators have been looking at surveillance video and traffic cameras and believe there were witnesses.
Authorities found the woman just before 4 o'clock on Saturday morning near an intersection in the northwest part of the city. The victim has been identified as Veronica Honkkamp Martin from Sioux Falls.
Police have also found the car that hit her. If you have any information that could help with the investigation, call police or Crime Stoppers.
A 29-year-old woman is dead after an incident involving a train in downtown Sioux Falls Sunday night. Authorities say it happened at 8th and Weber around 7 o'clock.
Witnesses told police the woman tried to cross the tracks by jumping into a slow-moving train car and jumping out the other side. Police say she fell and was run over by the train. They have not released her name.
This morning brings a transfer hearing at the Minnehaha County Courthouse in Sioux Falls. It will address if Damian Laurelez faces charges in adult or juvenile court.
Laurelez is 18 years old now, but was 17 in April when court papers allege he was behind the wheel during a high-speed, violent car wreck. This crash took the lives of two 15-year-old passengers.
Laurelez faces several charges, including 2 counts of first-degree manslaughter, 2 counts of vehicular homicide, and DWI. KELOLAND News is planning to be in the courtroom for today's hearing. Now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Muntz. Scott?
Well, snow is in the forecast, mainly north of Interstate 90. A couple inches of accumulation looking likely. Winter weather advisories are out for today, covering central and the east central KELOLAND as temperatures will reach the 20s and 30s. We'll have light wind. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. There are many reasons people struggle during the holiday season, and it can make it even harder when everyone around them seems happy.
Because of situations like these, Good Shepherd Lutheran Church is hosting a Christmas for Hurting Hearts service this week. The goal is to bring people comfort and peace this Christmas.
Not only are you going to hear a comforting message of forgiveness in Jesus, but we'll also have a time where we'll light candles to visualize the pain and the hardship that is for some people, and it's a chance to visualize how you're feeling.
The service will take place tomorrow from 5:30 to 6:30, but will also be streamed online. We posted how to watch it under this story here on KELOLAND.com.
The Sioux Falls City Council will take up a TNR ordinance that many believe will help reduce the stray cat population.
TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, and Release. The Humane Society is all for it.
About 64-65% of our intake is cats right now, and that is growing.
The Sioux Empire TNR organization estimate that there are 32,000 stray cats in and around Sioux Falls.
If you see flashes of light or hear loud bangs near the Sioux Falls Airport, don't panic. Starting tomorrow, Game Fish and Parks and Sioux Falls Animal Control will use pyrotechnics and sound cannons to scare Canadian geese away from ponds near the Sioux Empire Fairgrounds and at Elmwood Golf Course.
The cannons will go off several times during the day but will not be used at night. The goal of the program is to reduce the number of geese flying in and out of those areas, making it safer for airplanes overhead.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather picture today, well, we're calling for that snowfall and, of course, in the advisory area. Do consider that. That's definitely enough to create some slippery conditions, 1 to 3 inches of snow. The advisory does not include Sioux Falls, but it does include Huron Pier and Brookings, as well as Pipestone and Worthington, as we eventually incorporate a little more snow that direction. Again, the snow forecast is compact. There's not a lot of this north of Watertown, for example. We're talking under an inch of snow in Aberdeen. Sioux Falls, again, is on the other side of that, where we could maybe pick up that little accumulation, little coating of snow, but probably not any significant amounts there. Okay, let's dive into Futurecast. This takes into consideration some of the timing there, and you can see through midday, right there it is, Brookings and Huron, kind of in the thick of that. And then give it a few more hours, and we see the breakup of that around Pier through early afternoon. Eventually, Sioux Falls, too, we'll see a breakup, but I would like to keep some snow hanging around even into the early evening. I think there's enough here that even folks a little south and east west of Sioux Falls could pick up a little bit on the back side of the low. Not a major storm, but just a little subtlety there to add to the conversation. Tomorrow, we get into a little cooler forecast. Temperatures will probably stay in the 20s in Sioux Falls. We do see some warmth developing in southwest South Dakota. That's with a warm front and in advance of the Alberta Clipper. Now, we've been talking about this Clipper, and coming up later today on KELOLAND News, you'll hear more about that. But I think it'll have a direct impact on the forecast. The impact going into Thursday morning would be a resulting band of some freezing rain, little sleep. It's probably going to take a track from the northwest around Buffalo, and eventually it's going to cut through Pierre and Sioux Falls. So that's a little tricky there Thursday morning, so keep watching for that. And then once the cold front comes through, then the wind is going to come out of the northwest. We're not looking at any major snows here west of Sioux Falls, but the wind will be enough. So if we've got any snow on the ground, it'll start to be, we'll whip that up with that wind. So we just got to watch all of that coming together there on Thursday. Weekend-wise, it's a little colder. There might even be a little snow Friday night. That's another little piece here to this pattern we're watching. Aberdeen could also pick up a little bit of snow. In fact, I would actually want to include Thursday as a chance of snow and more of it north toward Fargo and Bismarck. There could easily be winter storm watches. And if we get this wind forecast too, the blowing snow. So Thursday's definitely a day to watch the weather. Pierre, you're probably looking at less on the snow side. You could get a little freezing rain in the morning, 39 for a high, then it gets windy and colder by Thursday night. Rapid will catch some of this too, the wind machine certainly there on Thursday. But then look at next week. Here comes 50-degree weather before Christmas. More details at KELOLAND.com.